What's up, guys? So not doing a video on this today. We're gonna mix it up and do this. A long time ago I started to install my harness bar and harnesses, but I never finished it, and then, you know, Vancouver and Winnipeg got in the way. So I'm gonna try to get the harnesses and the harness bar in today. Everything bolted up and torqued and, you know, all that stuff. What I was missing last time is these eye bolts. These are the wrong thread pitch for a certain part that I need to do on this. So we're just gonna bust the seats out and try to find some new eye bolts that are gonna work better. These bolts are for the actual seat, like the mounting brackets, but I'm gonna run one eye bolt here and one eye bolt directly across in place of the seat bolt. But they're a slightly different thread pitch, so I'm gonna have to run over to the bolt supply house and get eye bolts that are this thread pitch that I can use through there. And then I'll have my two lap belts, and then obviously bolt up the harness bar and wrap the harnesses around there. Okay, so I just got back from the bolt supply house. Unfortunately, they don't have the right thread pitch that I need for this. I got something else. I've read a lot about different size thread pitch here, and I've read that you can actually tap these holes to a different thread pitch. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I got a 7/16 tap, and I'm gonna be widening these holes a bit and making room for these eye bolts. About an hour later, after I've looked through this whole place top to bottom, I can't find any drills. So the previous owner of this 240, Reese, is gonna come by and bring me a drill. I'm just kinda moving along here. I got the passenger seat out. I put in one of the eye bolts. I'm gonna have to drill and tap this hole and maybe, I think that hole. So this hole is gonna be for the 5th point anti-submarine belt, and this one's just gonna be for the right side lap belt. Same thing on the driver's side. We're gonna have 5th point anti-submarine and left side lap belt, and then right side lap belt, and the harnesses should be able to loop over there. So I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. Got everything laid out, driver, passenger. So as you can see, one of these is different, but this is what we need them to look like. So I have to unhook this sort of latch mechanism here. It's extremely difficult, and you have to use a screwdriver, and I'm stabbing my hand a bunch while doing it, but I've got 3 of the 4 done. Just gonna work on the last one, and then I should be good to start drilling, tapping, and then threading those in, putting the seats back in, loop the harness bar, and then we should be good to go. Okay, so this thing took a long ass time to get started. I finally got it. So once it's started, it's pretty easy to do. All you have to do is make sure you get the tap like perfectly straight in there, feed it through, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna pull the original threads out, cut new ones, and then as it follows through, it gets wider and continues to cut to the right size. So we got this thing started. I'm using a little bit of royal purple just to lubricate the cutting edges of this tap, and then I don't have the right tool to spin it, but this is working pretty well to spin it. So yeah, we're just gonna keep going. Tap this hole, tap that one. Reese brought a drill, thankfully. It's an old school one, but it works. So we should have these harnesses in, but it might take a while. So once you've threaded the tap all the way in, you can go ahead and just turn it back and forth a bunch of times to make sure those new threads are really clean, and then you go ahead and pull it out. You should see a bunch of metal on the tap. This is just all the old threads, and then as you can see, you got your new threads right there. This hole now should be good for the other eye bolt to put in, so I'm gonna go grab that and show you guys. Hey! It works. Hell yeah, that's good news. All right, I'm super happy because this was looking pretty doubtful for a little bit there. There was a good period of time where I was kind of scared that I wasn't going to be able to get it, but the tap pulled through. It was a good investment, and now we can finish up the other holes and hopefully get these harnesses in before midnight. Woo! Alright, so moving along here. These are taking way too long. Like, this is really difficult with the wrong tool. It's supposed to be like a handle that you can grasp, and it's got two ends to it as opposed to just one. So the way I'm doing this is I'm slipping it on here, putting it all the way down to where it catches, and then pushing as hard as I can and turning. And at the same time, I'm lubricating it, and then you just want to back it out. Just like that. And then if I did it correctly, this should thread right in, as it does. So we got 2 holes successfully completed on the passenger side. Now I'm gonna go over to the driver's side and do the exact same 2 holes, and then we should be good to put the seats in and start looping the harnesses around. Okay, so a few hours later, finally got all my holes drilled and tapped to the new thread pitch. So now we're gonna start routing the harnesses into the car. So grab one of the shoulder belts, and then I have these 3-inch bar slides. I got these from Takata. They don't come with the kit for some weird reason, so I had to buy these after I had the harnesses. Sorry about the iPhone still. Again, guys, my camera's getting repaired. It'll hopefully be done pretty soon. But I'm gonna look at this picture and then show you guys how I did it after. So yeah. So I got 3 of these harnesses routed. You're supposed to do this one more time back through like that, but that is such a small hole and I really can't get that through there, and I already fucked up my hand pretty good trying to use a screwdriver, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. I mean, those aren't going anywhere. There's so much pressure on there. It was so hard to even route it through like this. Eventually, when I have a little bit more patience, I'll go back and route it one more time just to get that extra safety, but I'm very confident that these aren't going anywhere. This harness bar is sturdy as hell, and yeah, these are definitely not going anywhere with this. So I'll show you guys how I routed the last one here. You want to come up and then back through, and then just pull through a few inches here. Now you want to take this and route it around the back of the harness, and then you take this side and you're gonna do the exact same thing where it comes up through there and then back through here. I can't really do it because I'm holding the camera, but you get the idea. Through and around, and then back through and around. And then it's supposed to go through one more time, like I said, but you know. Moment of truth. The way that you want to tighten these, just the screwdriver, stick it in here, twist. Finally got the harnesses in. They're all adjusted properly. One thing you may be asking is, why would you go through all the trouble to put these harnesses in a street car? It adds time to buckle up, it's a hassle, and the answer is really simple. I have no idea. I had the harnesses, figured I'd put them in. And I kind of want to go to a track pretty soon here. Once I tune the car within the next few weeks, hopefully, I really want to go hit up a track and test that out. So these will be perfect to hold me in. No, definitely not necessary, but I mean, it's part of the modding game. It's something that I could do. It's something that I wanted to do. So I did it. Anyways, guys, back to the 240. You'll probably see a couple more videos of that in the next few days. So, bye, Supra.